You ready? Live from La Mirada, California, it's Oaks Baseball on KDTV, simulcasted onto YouTube. Welcome everybody into Biola University, where the Oaks are set to duke it out on the baseball diamond against the SoCal Cats. Jonah, this is a big day for the Oaks, falling to the Foresters 11-1 yesterday, and now they have to bounce back a full game and a half behind them for first place in the CCL Central. They have an interleague game tomorrow, which means less of an opportunity to come back. Let's get straight into it. The Cats are 5-14 on the season. The Oaks are coming, or in the CCL play, I should say. Overall, they're 9-17. The Oaks come in today's game at 12-8 in CCL play and 15-10, or actually 17-10 overall. What does Coach Felice's squad have to do to bounce back from just a four-hit performance yesterday? The only reason they put up one run was because there were two errors committed in the bottom of the ninth inning. Other than that, they were really handled by the Foresters pretty easily.
Not to mention a hit and two runs. I mean, they were able to get a hit in the top of, or the bottom of the ninth, but two errors from the Foresters in the bottom of the ninth enabled them to even get that one run. So really, if you look at that performance, you will really look at it and say they should have lost 11-0 when it's all said and done. But I think there's obviously, you can scrutinize and look at ways that this team can be better. I think it's really up to them mentally, how focused and sharp they stay locked in throughout the entire game, because we've seen what type of team they are when they're fully loaded, locked in, and ready for the task at hand. We saw they beat the Foresters. They took the first three games, and they came out flat, and the Foresters handed it to them. So for today, a lot of that's going to come down to errors, although the Oaks only had one technically yesterday. Their pitching wasn't great, and that's the other piece of it. Johnson struggled a bit leading things off for the Oaks, and then just all the way down the list, Garcia had an off day. When the Oaks pitching is on its A game, combined with an intense focus from this Oaks infield and outfield in particular, then they normally give themselves a better chance to win.
Oaks pitched 7 pitchers yesterday and ended up combining to go with 15 hits, but the Foresters still left 9 on base. It was a rough day for the Oaks, trying to come up now, currently in the 5th spot in the CCL, but only a half game out of the wild card. The Healdsburg Prune Packers are currently in the wild card at 15-6 overall, so the Oaks are trying to ride the train all the way up to catch them, at least to get into the 4th seed, because remember, the playoffs, now that we're in the month of July, are coming up quickly, and the way that it works is that the top 3 teams from the South, the Central, and the North all get in, and then the next best record. So the Oaks currently in 5th. The Prune Packers currently in 1st. Oaks a full game back of the Packers from that wild card spot. We're going to take a quick break here at Biola University. When we come back, starting the lineup, first pitch to the national anthem. You're watching Oaks Baseball on KDTV, simulcasted onto YouTube. We'll be right back.
fielder Grant Robbins lead us in a pregame prayer. And then please remain standing and direct your attention towards the right field for the playing of our national anthem.
Hello. Lord, we thank you for bringing us here today. I ask you that we would stay safe on the field today, play a competitive game, and that we would play to the best of our ability. Thank you, Lord. Amen.
After a little pregame prayer and the national anthem, welcome back here to Oaks Baseball on KDTV, simulcasted onto YouTube, along with Joe DeMalkin. My name is Jonathan Rifkin. Oaks and Catch set to duke it out as both teams take their respective sides of the field. Even the starting lineups for first, the visiting Conejo Oaks coming in today's game at 17-10, 12-8 in the CCL, game number 27 of the season. First game here at Biola. Heading under 11th year coach and 6th year head coach, David Solis. Started things off at second base from Valparaiso is Sam Shaken for the Oaks. Behind him, Milo Beam out in right field from Purdue. Zane Williams is batting third, catching in today's game from Texas Tech. Chase Cockrell cleans things up for the Oaks today at first base from Ole Miss. Brandon Lewis is in the fifth spot at third base from L.A. Pierce Junior College. Max Weinstein behind him, DHing today's game from Cal Lutheran. DJ Miller's in the seventh spot out in left field from Ole Miss. In center field is Jason Oliver from Cal State Bakersfield batting eighth, and to round out the Oaks lineup, Grant Mayu's at short. From San Diego State University on the mound for the Oaks will be Joey DeSigli from CSUN, but headed to Cal State LA in the fall. The field for the SoCal Catch will give you their starting lineup in the bottom half of the inning. Evan Sandman's in right, Jonathan Dukoff is in center, Grant Robin is in left, Stephen Garrett's at first, Toby Johnson's at second, Shea Whitcomb occupies short, Omar Ortiz at third behind the dish, Kyle Sona. And on the mound is Bailey Martin from Miami University. The big right-handed pitcher looking to get his team coming into today at 5-14 in the CCL and 9-17 overall, back on track. They've had a couple of bad stretches, and they're currently second to last in the CCL behind the Walnut Creek Crawdads, who are 5-16 overall. That's going to bring up Sam Shaken, as Milo Beam taking some cuts on deck is actually right in front of our camera. So we're going to move this over a little. Sam Shaken steps in. Thanks, Milo. Know your mom, Nellie, very happy that you could accommodate us a little bit. Shaken steps in here for the Oaks. From Valparaiso, played his high school ball at Chatsworth High School, just down the road from Cal Lutheran. We're in La Mirada today, about 2 hours southeast by Anaheim. More on that in a bit. The first pitch comes in from Martin, and it's low for ball one. First pitch time, 4:32 local, 82 degrees. Wind calm out to center field, but very intermediately. SoCal Catch are in their red uniforms with white letters on the back, sporting the last name of the player wearing the uniform with white letters on the front and white numbers on the back. The Oaks are in their navy blue uniforms with the Conejo Oaks name in white, outlined by baby blue with white numbers on the back, and gray pants with a black stripe down the right side. Martin takes his time on the mound as he gets set. 1-0 count to Shaken. Yesterday went 1 for 4, one of only 3 Oaks batters to get a hit. 1-0 pitch, runs inside but catches the corner for strike number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Shaken, Beam, and Williams all due up in the inning for the Oaks. This is the first of 3 times these two teams will play against each other. As Martin comes set and deals the 1-1 pitch. Shaken takes it upstairs for ball 2. July 18th, the SoCal Cats will join the Oaks in Conejo, and then July 19th, the Oaks will be back here. That game says 4:30, but we're trying to get it moved down because the Oaks are going to the Angel game that night, as Mike Scioscia's guest. 2-1 pitch, ripped down the left field line, but foul. And that'll leave the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, we apologize here for our little setup. This was the best that we could do. So that left field line is going to be a little elusive, but we'll do our best to give you the correct call. 2-2 count to Shaken. Father John, Uncle Bill. No John, active Twitter participant. We thank you for the support. 2-2 pitch, fouled back against the screen. And we'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's actually a very interesting setup here at Biola. The Bible Institute of Los Angeles in La Mirada, 5,000 student Christian university. They just moved from the NAIA to Division II in the upcoming season. They'll be playing in the Pac West, so Cody Santana, who's not in the lineup today, will be having an opportunity to play here from Hawaii Pacific. The righty Martin kicks and fires the 2-2 pitch upstairs for ball 3, and Shaken, showing the eagle eye, has worked the count full.
Shaken, another one of these Oaks batters that does a great job staying patient in the batter's box. Just lets the pitches come to him naturally.
One of the smartest players on the roster. Payoff pitch in the dirt, about a foot behind, in front of the plate, and Shaken draws a leadoff walk here for the Oaks as Milo Beam will step in. He was the player of the week last week for the Oaks, batting .384. Against the Foresters on the 4th of July, which is the last time he played, he went 1 for 3 with a infield single that was by way of a bunt, 2 strikeouts. He was hit by a pitch and came around to score in the 6th as well. Got the day off yesterday. Shout out to his mom, Nellie. Listening to our broadcast today, the lefty steps in, runner on, pickoff attempt, no good. As Zane Willems warms up for the Oaks. Oh, pitch is a bunt attempt, popped back for strike number 1.
Beam, and one of these Oaks batters, he's just incredible showing bunt, likes to start himself off with showing bunt 4 for 4 on the season with successful bunts.
No balls, 1 strike. Runner on, nobody away. The toss in from Martin. Beam shows bunt, pulls back, pitches high for ball number 1. That evens the count of 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike, nobody away, top of the 1st here at Biola. Give you a lay of the land here as Shaken gets back just in time on the pickoff attempt. It's very interesting here at Biola because the entire infield, or the entire field I should say, almost looks like a bird aviary where it's just all netted in. And there are nets out in center field covering the street. 1-1 pitch, shows bunt, gets it down, a slow roller back to Martin at the pitcher's mound, and he'll toss it over to Garrett in time for the sacrifice bunt. A good job there from Beam, advancing Shaken. And there's one away with a runner in scoring position.
Nice job from Beam, understanding it's more important to just advance Shaken over to second, put the Oaks in a better scoring opportunity and position.
Zane Willems will step in after Beam sacrifice bunts. Shaken over. Willems from Alvin Community College, headed to Texas Tech in the fall. To join the Red Raiders, will be an asset to them playing catcher in today's game. One of 3 Oaks catchers, but offensively he's been the best. The most consistent hitter of the 3 catchers. Actually one of the most consistent players in the lineup offensively as of late. The righty digs in. Martin checks that runner at second and fires the first pitch. Skied in the left field. Running back on it is Robbins, and he will make the grab at the warning track for out number 2. Short field here at Biola, 345 to right, 365 right center, 380 straightaway center, 345 in left, and 325 in left. So these righties should have an opportunity to at least get some over. Chase Cockrell stepping in now. He had a lot of home runs in batting practice today. On deck, Brandon Lewis. In the hole, should we get that far? Max Weinstein, no score, runner on second. 2 away here, top of the 1st. Martin checks Shaken at second and fires the first pitch. Swung and a miss for strike 1. Ball gets out of the glove of Soma. and that'll land Shaken on the pass ball.
Heads up play from Shaken, and now with 2 away, Cockrell golden opportunity to get an RBI and just get himself going. He's been struggling. Just 2 for 14 in his last 3 games. So really looking to get something going here.
The ready digs back in. No ball, 1 strike, 2 away, 1 on. 0-1 pitch to Cockrell, 1's low for ball number 2. Or ball number 1, excuse me, 1 ball, 1 strike. Cockrell from Ole Miss playing in the cleanup spot today. Yesterday he batted 6, ended up going over 3 with a walk. Oaks lost 11-1 to the Foresters. 1-1 pitch popped into shallow right center field. Running in on his Evan Sandman out of right, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We're through half an inning here from Biola University. No score. But the catcher looking to change that on the other side of the break. You're watching Oaks Baseball on KDTV. Simulcasted onto YouTube. We'll be right back. Back here at Biola University in La Mirada, California. Jonah Malkin, Jonathan Rifkin, a beautiful Thursday afternoon in East LA, out by Anaheim. Starting lineup for you here for the SoCal Catch as Evan Sandman steps in from Dallas Baptist, a returner for this team. He was also named an All-Star out in right field. Jonathan Dukoff behind him in center field, Houston Baptist product. And Shea Whitcomb, in the third spot, the shortstop from UCSD, due up in the inning. Joey DeSigli is on the mound for the Oaks as he fires the first pitch inside for ball 1. The CSUN product headed to Cal State LA in the fall. One of 3 CSUN players on this team. Comes set and fires the 0-1 pitch to Sandman inside for ball 1. Field for the Oaks. Milo Beam in right, Jason Oliver in center, DJ Miller in left. Brandon Lewis at third, Grant Mayu at short. At second is Sam Shake and Chase Cockrell at first. The 1-1 pitch from DeSigli is slapped into right field, and that one is going to drop in front of Beam for a leadoff base hit. Evan Sandman, by the way, is 4th on the team in batting average and did a good job there, giving the Catch a base runner on with nobody away to lead things off on their half of the first inning.
Yeah, Sandman, just one of 2 Catch players along with Chris Vargas to make the All-Star team. So congrats to the 2 of them.
Actually, Stephen Garrett also made it from Azusa Pacific. So they have 3 as Jonathan Dukoff steps in from Houston Baptist. The first pitch in at the knees, but actually called a strike, a late call from the home plate umpire. No balls, 1 strike, 1 on, nobody away. The Oaks had Sam Shaken in scoring position, but couldn't bring him in after he led off with a walk in the top half of the inning. DeSigli toes the rubber, kicks and fires the 0-1 pitch. Swung and missed for strike number 2, a fastball. No gun here at Biola, but DeSigli's fastballs range between 84 and 88 miles an hour. He also has a slider, curveball, and a changeup. utilize that fastball and that curveball more than anything else. The southpaw comes set on the rubber. Checks the runner at first and fires, though, to pitch. It's a chopper to Shaken at second. He underhands it to Mayu, and that will be the only play. So a fielder's choice 4-6 gets the force out, and Dukoff will stride over to first. Evan Salmon back to the bench for the catch. One away here, one on. No score for Shea Whitcomb from UCSD.
Shaken did a nice job of collecting that ball to Mayu, but unfortunately, a nice job from Sandman to alter the throw from Mayu and hold him off from getting the runner at first.
The lefty steps in, Shea Whitcomb from the Tritons team, as he takes the first pitch for a strike that lost in the Division II National Championship. They were actually supposed to win, but ended up taking a couple of tough games that just didn't go their way. DeSigley checks the runner at first and fires the 0-1 pitch. Popped up towards right, but that's going to hit the netting out of play for strike number 2. The Oaks lost to the Foresters yesterday. They are now riding a 3-game, or actually, they've lost 3 of their last 4 games, I should say. Their one win was back on the 4th of July against the Foresters. Before that, they dropped 2 games, one to the Ventura Halos, 8-7, and back on Saturday against the Puff Caps, 16-3. DeSigley fakes the pickoff attempt and will step off the rubber.
One of the benefits of having a left-handed pitcher is he's got a clear sight over at first, so it's going to be tough for an opposing batter to run on him.
DeSigley comes set and fires, though, 2 pitch, popped foul against the screen. And so we'll do it again. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 away, no runs, a hit, no errors for the catch here at Biola. In the bottom of the first, no runs, no hits, no errors for the Oaks. DeSigley comes set once again. Whitcomb toes batter's box, though. 2 pitch, swung and missed for strike 3. Down goes Whitcomb. The first strikeout of the game for DeSigley. And there is 2 away now with a runner on first. And Stephen Garrett going to step in from Azusa Pacific University. One of the 3 All-Stars for the catch. The Oaks have 5, and skipper David Solis has actually been awarded the position to coach the Southern All-Stars, a spot that he is very happy to have, and much deserved spot as well, so a big congratulations to him. 0-0 pitch to Garrett is taken on the inside corner for strike number 1. DJ Miller made the All-Star team along with Juan Gonzalez, who's not in today's game. Max Weinstein, Robbie Medell, and Evan McMillan. 0-1 pitch into Garrett is popped up, but out of play. And we'll do it again, no ball and 2 strikes.
Big congratulations to all of those players. Have had phenomenal seasons so far and have had a tremendous impact on the ultimate success of the Oaks.
Ultimate success, but they still have some work to do. A full game back of the wild card spot. The Healdsburg Poon Packers currently occupy that, a game and a half back from first place behind the Foresters in the CCL Central. A little bit of catching up to do for the Oaks, but this is eerily similar to what happened last year. I'll break that down in just a moment as DeSigley checks the runner on first and fires, though, to pitch low for ball 1. Towards the end of the season last year, the Oaks, the Blues, and the Healdsburg Poon Packers up in the CCL North were all fighting for a wild card spot. The Oaks ended up beating the Slow Blues the last game of the season, and the Poon Packers ended up losing to allow the Oaks to end up getting that wild card spot. 1-2 pitch, swung and missed for strike 3. So a very similar situation this season. But we're out of the first inning. No runs on hit, no errors, 1 left on base, and 2 strikeouts for Joey DeSigley ends the first inning. You're watching Oaks Baseball on KDTV. We'll be right back. Back here at Biola University, top of the second inning, no score. Jonathan Rifkin, Jonah Malkin, Oaks Baseball on KDTV as Brandon Lewis gets the set things off here for the Oaks. There is a fielding change, by the way, for the catcher in the second inning. Mitch Booman will come in, take over for Shea Whitcomb at shortstop. Not sure exactly what the reason was behind that, but we won't speculate. Bailey Martin back on the mound here for his second inning of work. Both teams have left a runner on in the game. Brandon Lewis, the LA Pierce Junior College product, takes a pitch low for ball one. Batted .419 this past season with Pierce, along with 24 home runs. Originally committed to CSUN, but decommitted, now looking for a new home in the fall. The righty digs back in. The 1-0 pitch from Martin. Runs upstairs for ball number 2.
He's got so much potential, too. Tends to crowd the plate at times, just as a big at-bat.
2-0 pitch from Martin in the dirt for ball 3. And Lewis, who has been very patient as of late, not something that he displayed earlier in the season, and it's been really helping him. 3-0 pitch in. Fouled off the bottom of the bat. Lewis thought about tried holding back, but he ended up swinging and hitting the top of the ball. 3 balls, 1 strike. Nobody away here. Wind picking up a little bit towards center. The clouds begin to cover the sun just a little bit. It's on and off hot here. It's very interesting. When the sun peeps through the clouds, it seems to make the real feel here at Biola University a little bit warmer than when the clouds behind the sun, which obviously makes sense because that's how biology works. But nonetheless, that's what's happening now. 3-1 pitch, swing and a miss for strike number 2. Lewis, Weinstein, Miller do open the inning. 5, 6, 7 hitters. Sam Shakin was left on third base back in the first. Payoff pitch now from Martin. He was down the count 3-0. Now it's a full count. He deals. And he just misses upstairs for ball 4. So for the second straight inning, the Oaks get a leadoff runner on by way of a walk. The second time Bailey Martin has sufficed a walk. And Max Weinstein will step in. The Cal Lutheran superstar led the Kingsmen to a Division III national championship a couple of months ago. Guess now we're in July, which is pretty incredible. Sporting the purple Cal Lutheran Kingsmen helmet, DJ Miller waiting on deck. Runner on, nobody away here, top of the second. Martin deals. Swung and a miss for strike 1.
Beautiful pitch from Martin, low, the bottom of the strike zone.
Martin taking his time on the mound. Weinstein shoulders the bat, twirls it in a counterclockwise circle. Lewis takes a step and a half lead off of first. The 0-1 pitch taken low for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Catch having a rough season at 5-14 in the CCL. 9-17 overall. Maybe a rebuilding year as the pickoff attempt is no good. Sliding back safely is Lewis. He does have a couple of stolen bases on the season, but he's also been caught twice. When he's effective, though, on the base path, it's dangerous. 1-1 pitch into Weinstein. Swing and a miss. Runner goes. The throw is not in time, and Lewis will be able to get in under the tag of Toby Johnson at second base for a stolen base. And now the Oaks have a runner in scoring position with nobody away.
Nice heads-up play from Lewis. That's the 3rd time in the last couple games where it seemed like the opposing team had the edge on that throw over to second, but somehow Lewis is able to evade the tag once again.
And now the 3 umpires are going to talk about it near the mound. To me, it looked like he got around the tag. It looked like Johnson actually missed Lewis. Now, we have the benefit of replay. They don't out in the field. So no matter what, their call is obviously the one that stands, and you have to give them the benefit of the doubt. They're out taking a long time. Now, again, to me, it looked like Johnson got the ball before Lewis was at second base, but the tag was not applied before he reached second. And it looks like they're going to have a conversation. I guess they're going to say maybe it's been an interference.
Interesting decision, perhaps.
They might have called a batter interference. Yeah, they called Weinstein on a batter interference. I didn't see him get in the way of that one. But it's a hit and run situation, so it's hard to call a batter interference in a hit and run situation.
Well, we saw this, Johnny, a couple games ago when the Oaks played the Halos. It seemed like the Halos player kind of held his swing out in front a little purposefully late to prevent the catcher from throwing it over to second, but perhaps that's what they're contemplating about right now.
Right on a hit and run, Jonah, the batter is swinging, and it just seems on a hit and run, it's hard to call a batter and a batter interference. To me, it looked like Weinstein did not affect the throw at all, but the home plate umpire disagrees with that, and nonetheless, a 1-2 count. Lewis is back over at first base. And so after the entire conversation, head coach Peters is going to come out and have a conversation with the home plate umpire as well from the catch side. We still have a runner on first. Weinstein will dig back in after being called for a batter's interference. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And we're back to baseball. Lewis takes a step and a half lead off of first. Martin comes set. Pearson fires. The 1-2 pitch to Weinstein. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and Weinstein is down on strikes. The first strikeout on the game for Martin. That puts an out up on the board, and there's 1 on with 1 away here for DJ Miller.
Beautiful pitch from Martin on the inside. Kept it low. Typically, Weinstein pretty good of seeing those balls dropping into the strike zone, but that time got enticed by the late break on that pitch from Martin.
Miller steps in, one of the 5 Oaks All-Stars, and fouls the first pitch he sees. Again, going back to that batter's interference, Jonah, it just looked like on a hit-and-run situation, it's hard to call something like that, but you do have to give the benefit of the doubt to the umpire. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Oaks. No runs, hit, no errors for the catch here in the top of the 2nd inning. Martin comes set and fires the 0-1 pitch to Miller, taken for strike number 1. Strike number 2.
Another beautiful pitch that drops on the outside corner from Martin, changing up his locations. But the common theme is he's keeping all of his pitches low when they're dropping in the strike zone.
Oh, 2 pitch runs way upstairs for ball 1. Oaks headed back to Cal Lutheran after today's game to take on the Ventura County Pirates in an interleague game tomorrow. They'll be in Pasadena on Saturday to take on the Arroyo Seco Saints. Oh, 1-2 pitch, runner goes, is popped up in the shallow left field. Running back on it is Robbins, and he'll make the catch as Lewis will quickly scurry back to first base. Out number 2. So we have Jason Oliver, who's been the hot bat for the Oaks as of late in yesterday's game. In the number 2 spot, ended up going 0 for 4, but before that, he went 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs against the Foresters. 2 of the 3 Oaks runs were counted by his bat. Then he had a home run and 3 RBIs against the Halos back on Sunday. Runner on first, 2 away. Grant Mayu on deck. The first pitch from Martin is a grounder to short, gloved by Booman, and he'll toss it over into the hand of Johnson at second for out number 3. So for the 2nd straight inning, the Oaks got a runner on by way of a walk, but can't bring him around. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on base. We're through 1.5 here from Biola University in La Mirada, California. You're watching Oaks Baseball on KDTV. No scores, we hit the break. Back here at Biola University in La Mirada, California. No score as we hit the bottom of the second inning. Tyler Fisher will step in for the SoCal catch. Joey DeSigley back on the mound for the Oaks. Fisher from Olivet Nazarene University in Illinois as the season product deals the first pitch low for ball one. The Oaks have left 2 runners on in the last 2 innings that they've been up. Brandon Lewis was left on base back in the second, or in the top half of the second, I should say, and Sam Shakin was left on base in the first. 1-0 pitch taken on the inside corner for strike number 1. Fisher, Omar Ortiz, and Toby Johnson, the 3 do up in the inning for the catch. Headed under Dan Peters. 1-1 pitch fired in from DeSigley is popped back against the screen. And that'll give him the edge, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Give you a lay of the land here for the Oaks. Out and right is Milo Beam, in center Jason Oliver, and left DJ Miller. Give you the infield here in just a moment as the 1-2 pitch in. Runs up and in for ball number 2. 2-2 the count. Chase Cockle at first, Sam Shakin at second. Grant Mayu at short, Brandon Lewis at third. Behind the dish is Zane Willems, and on the mound Joey DeSigley. The southpaw kicks and fires the 2-2 pitch. On the inside corner, called strike 3. Tyler Fisher is down on strikes. 3 strikeouts now for Joey DeSigley on the game. He goes back to the last inning, striking out the last 3 batters he's faced. Whitcomb, Garrett, and now Fisher for the last 3 outs for the Oaks, as Omar Ortiz will step in. Second on team in RBIs with 14. Sorry, Jonah.
DeSigley just has great composure on the mound, especially with his locations.
First pitch in. Upstairs for ball 1. By the way, for Bailey Martin, the pitcher on the mound for the catch today, came in today pitching 23.6 innings, which is 3rd most on the team. 1-0 pitch to Ortiz is caught on a miss for strike number 1. He's from the University of the Pacific. He's actually featured today on the SoCal Catch game day notes. Fantastic player here for them. 1-1 pitch runs low and in for ball number 2. No runs, a hit, no errors for the home catch. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Oaks. The Oaks have left 2 on base in the 2 innings that they've been up on offense. The catch left 1 on back in the first inning. DeSigley from the stretch fires the 2-1 pitch. Ortiz gets a handle on it, but he's going to slap it foul for strike number 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away here, no score. Last year, the Oaks were in La Mirada twice and split the series away with the catch, 1-1. The Oaks were actually down 5-2 in the top of the 9th inning. With bases loaded, Jake Arledge from the University of Arkansas had a home run over the right center field fence to give the Oaks the eventual win. 2-2 pitch glides outside the zone for ball number 3. Then the Oaks came back and lost 7-1. And then in the second to last regular season game last year, the SoCal Catch came to Cal Lutheran. The Oaks won 19-4. The game was called after 8 innings due to darkness. Payoff pitch, swing and missed for strike 3. Ortiz is down on strikes. Now the last 4 batters that DeSigley has faced, he's struck out. 4 strikeouts on the day for him, and Toby Johnson from Arkansas State will step in.
Efficient stuff on the mound for DeSigley's, just 4 consecutive strikeouts. He's been pitching beautifully, and similarly to a couple other Oaks pitchers, he doesn't pitch for speed, but he pitches for contact and location, and right there, putting it on full display.
First pitch to Johnson. Strike number 1. DeSigley, one of 2 southpaws to start on the mound for the Oaks. As he comes set and deals, though, 1 pitch just a little bit too far inside. 1 ball, 1 strike now. Oaks have an interleague game against the Ventura County Pirates tomorrow back at home before quickly hitting the road again to Pasadena. 1-1 pitch, a curveball taken for strike number 2.
Beautiful curve, started up at the shoulders, dropped right below the belt in the strike zone.
DeSigley deals the 1-2 pitch. It's slapped towards short. The dive by Shakin. It's going to bounce off his glove and go into center field for a single. 2-out single here for Toby Johnson and the catch, their 2nd hit of the game. So runner on first, 2 away, and Grant Robbins, the UNLV running rebel, will step in, sporting number 27 on his back. Kyle Sona in the hole if we get that far. And a big spot here for the catch. If they can capitalize on a 2-out base hit and get him at least over, not only does it build the confidence, but it could give the Oaks a little bit of fits. 0-0 pitch, runs outside for ball 1. Kyle Soria on deck in the hole, back to the top of the order. Evan Sandman, if we get that far. 1-0 count, 2 away, 1 on here. Sigley deals the 1-0. Popped up into shallow left field, running back on it. And it's actually gone. A home run for Grant Robbins. Our point of view didn't allow us to see it, but DJ Miller just watched it sail over the left field fence for a home run, and that'll allow the Catch to take a 2-0 lead here, the first home run given up on the season by Joey DeSigley, and the score is 2-0 here in the bottom of the second inning.
That was a beautiful hit into left field. Robbins had a great swing on it, popped that one up. There was no chance that was going to drift either into foul territory or not get over the wall. And as you mentioned, a little tough to see from our vantage point, but an absolute beauty nonetheless.
It really was. It almost looked like it was going to be shallow, but ended up going over. Kyle Soria steps in now and takes the first pitch at the knees for strike number 1. Soria plays his ball at Westmont College. Out in Santa Barbara as the 0-0 pitch runs low for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 away now. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Catch. It should actually be 3 hits, though the board does say 2 hits. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Oaks. 1-1 pitch from DeSigley is cracked towards first. A one hopper into the glove of Cockrell, and he'll catch it and tap the base for out number 3. The Catch strike for 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and they leave nobody on base. We're through 2 full here from Biola University. You're watching Oaks Baseball on KDTV. We'll be right back. Grant Mayu leads things off here for the Oaks. Sam Shaken in the hole, Sam Shaken on deck, Milo Beam in the hole. Welcome back here to Oaks Baseball. Oaks down 2-0 to the Catch as Bailey Martin is back on the mound for his third inning of work. Fires the first pitch into the San Diego State Aztec for ball 1. The Oaks gave up a 2-run home run in the bottom of the second inning to give the lead to the Catch. Now up 2-0 as Martin deals the 1-0 pitch. Fouled back against the screen for strike number 1. And the Oaks, when they go down early, they tend to stay down. They need to make sure that they can do some damage control and at least put some runs up. They've been very lackluster, only 4 runs the last 2 games. They actually lost to the SoCal Catch 8-7, but only had 3 runs going to the 9th inning, so that doesn't really tell the full story either. 1-1 pitch runs low for ball number 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to Mayu. Two runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Catch. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Oaks. 2-1 pitch to Mayu popped up. And towards the Oaks dugout where it'll go over But Cody Santana tried making a play on it, but decided to let it go. That'll leave him the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Feel free to tweet at us at Caneo_Oaks on Twitter, or chat with us in the live chat box on the YouTube page. Jonah's at Jonah_Malkin on Twitter. I'm at Johnny Riff with 1F. Martin nods at his catcher, Soria, and deals the 2-2 pitch low for ball 3. The Oaks have had a leadoff batter on. The first 2 innings of this game were in the 3rd, and both by way of walks. So they have no hits, but 2 walks drawn in today's game. And now an opportunity here to get another one. Payoff pitch from Martin is cracked up into center field for his single, and Mayu gives the Oaks their first hit of the day and the first leadoff man on in the inning for the Oaks. Now 3 consecutive innings where the Oaks have led off with a base runner, but now 2 of the 3, we'll see what happens this inning, have been left on base. But Sam Shakin, 0 for 0 on the day with a walk, will step in. And an opportunity here, trying to make up the deficit a little bit.
That was a big at-bat for Mayu. He struggled coming into that at-bat, was 1 for 9 in his last 2 games. So nice to see one go through the middle for him.
Shakin from Valparaiso steps back in. The first pitch he sees just misses outside for ball 1. Folks, a reminder that the Oaks are selling raffle tickets. You have an opportunity to win an Albert Pujols autographed bat, a Mike Trout autographed baseball, Cole Calhoun autographed baseball, a Mike Scioscia autographed bat, Caneo Oaks merchandise, or 2 $25 Visa gift cards. More on that in just a moment. Pickoff attempt. Mayu gets back just in time, knocking over Garrett in the process. $5 per ticket, $20 for 5 tickets. Winner need to be present. Feel free to tweet at us if you want us to reserve you X amount of tickets, or you can contact Jonah or myself. I'm at jrifkin at oaksbaseball.org, or email info@oaksbaseball.org to reserve your tickets. Or you can Venmo either of us, as the pickoff attempt is not in time once again. Raffle will be July 15th, so you only have about a week left. After 2 pickoff attempts, the 1-0 pitch to Shakin shows bunt, and he just misses it for strike number 1.
Shakin tried to run up on that and place a bunt, but wisely laid off it at the last second.
One ball, 1 strike to the Valparaiso Crusader. One of the more efficient batters in the lineup for the Oaks, getting the start at second base today for the first time. 1-1 pitch, runner goes, it's hit up the middle, glove by Bowman, and he'll fire it over to first for out number 1. But the hit and run gets the job done as Mayu will advance to second base on the 6-3 putout. And now a runner in scoring position for Milo Beam on the day. 0 for 0 with a sacrifice bunt that advanced Shakin back in the first inning. On deck, Zane Williams in the hole, Chase Cockrell, 1 away now. Runner on second base, and the Oaks down 2-0.
Beam, another one of these speedy Oaks runners. So if he can hit a base hit and get on as well, Oaks will be in prime position to perhaps tie this game up.
Martin takes his time and fires the first pitch to Beam on the outside corner for strike number 1. Beam, not only a phenomenal batter, but a phenomenal fielder as well, as a couple of highlight catches on the season, including an amazing diving catch a couple of games ago against the Puff Caps. The lefty digs back in. Nope, he's going to call time. No balls, a hit, or no balls, 1 strike, 1 error, no runs, no 1 hit, no errors for the Oaks, 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the catch. At the top of the 3rd inning. Martin comes set, checks that runner at second and fires the 0-1 pitch. Runner goes, it's in the dirt and out of the glove of Soria. And Mayu is going to advance to third base on a stolen base. And now with 1 away, the Oaks have a runner on third base just 90 feet away from scoring in a big spot here. 1-1 count as Soria and Martin want to have a conversation.
Opportunity for Beam if he can fly one into the outfield, obviously in the form of a sacrifice, then he could earn himself an RBI and send Grant Mayu home.
Martin Takes the sign from Soria as the meeting just finished. And fires the 1-1 pitch way upstairs for ball number 2. Mayu retreating back. By the way, Mayu is leading the team in stolen bases. Now we have 7. The lefty digs back in, facing a 2-ball, 1 count scenario. 2-1 pitch runs low for ball 3, and now Beam is 1 ball away from drawing a walk, which would be a big walk, getting runners up the corners with the big bat of Zane Willems waiting on deck. 3 balls, 1 strike. The lefty waiting in the batter's box. The righty on the mound fires. Swung and a missed for strike number 2. A beautiful breaking pitch that had Beam way out ahead of it, and now a full count.
Beautiful off speeder. Beam was expecting a faster pitch, and instead was surprised by that low 70-mile off speeder.
Payoff pitch to Beam in the dirt. Swing and a miss though for strike 3. He tried checking the swing, couldn't hold back, and that'll be the second strikeout on the day for Martin. Put 2 outs up on the board, and the Oaks are in danger of leading their second runner in scoring position on the day. They've left 1 runner on in the last 2 innings, including Sam Shaken back in the first inning on third base. But Zane Willems will step in now. 0 for 1 on the day with a fly out to left. Chase Cockrell, as you see on the camera, in the on-deck circle, waiting for his opportunity should we get that far in the inning. 2-0 the score, catch up over the Oaks. They have 3 hits, no errors. The Oaks have 1 hit, no errors. Martin on the rubber. Takes the sign from Soria behind the plate. Takes a breath and fires to the Texas Tech Red Raider for strike number 1. Oh, 1 pitch, swung and missed for strike 2. Ball goes behind Soria though, but quickly coming in is Martin to cover home plate and make sure that Mayu stays put at third base. No runs, 2 hits, 2 away. Actually, no balls, 2 strikes, 2 away, excuse me. That all came out a little bit jumbled, I apologize, but nonetheless, the Oaks only up with 1 hit on the board. They've had 3 base runners though. 2 walks to go along with that hit. 0-2 pitch to Willems. In the dirt, cut on a miss. He's going to try to beat it out as Surreal quickly tossed it over to Garrett at first for out number 3. Oaks get no runs on a leadoff hit, no errors, and they leave Mayu at third base. We're through 2.5 here from Biola University. Oaks down 2-0. You're watching Oaks Baseball on KDTV. We'll be right back. Back to the top of the order we go. Back up Biola University in La Mirada, California. Jonah Malkin, Jonathan Rifkin, Oaks Baseball on KDTV, down 2-0. Evan Sandman steps in, 1 for 1 on the day. Takes the first pitch from DeSigli on the outside corner for strike number 1. Sandman plays his college ball at Dallas Baptist, a phenomenal baseball institution. Plano, Texas. The 0-1 pitch in from DeSigli. Runs inside for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Oaks have left a runner on in all 3 innings they've been on offense. 2 on third base. And then 1 on first base. And the reason that's big is the 1-1 pitch glides upstairs for ball 2 is because they're down 2-0. And they've left 2 runners on in scoring position with only 1 away and have not been able to bring them home. And that's a really rough position. If you're Coach Lee, you're not happy. 2-1 pitch taken at the knees for strike number 2.
And DeSigli started off really well coming into that home run from Robbins that ultimately gave the Catch the lead, so he was pitching well before that.
2-2 pitch from DeSigli is a curveball chopped foul, and we'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Catch. No runs, a hit, no errors for the Oaks here in La Mirada, about 2 hours southeast of the Conejo Valley in Cal Lutheran. 2-2 pitch in the dirt, swung and a miss though for strike 3. The tag by Willems for good measure. That's the 5th strikeout on the day for DeSigli. He's done a good job retiring batters, but the 2 batters he couldn't retire ended up making the difference in Toby Johnson, who singled, and Grant Robbins, who home runned those 2 runs to give the Catch a lead.
And for DeSigli, that was his 5th strikeout, so it's a little misleading. You look at the scoreboard, Oaks down 2-0 on 1 home run, but DeSigli's pitched well.
Jonathan Dukoff steps in. Now the first pitch to him is at the knees for strike number 1. 0 for 1 on the day. He reached on a fielder's choice 4-6 his first time up. On deck, Mitchell Booman from Hawaii Pacific. Plays with Cody Santana. 0-1 pitch. Skins the outside corner for strike number 2. Oh, 2 count, 1 away. DeSigli fires and crack towards short. 2 hopper to Mayu as he'll quickly fire it across the diamond and make the play for out number 2. So 2 quick outs now for Mitchell Booman, striding in place of Shea Whitcomb, who went 0 for 1. Booman from Corona, California, plays his college ball at Hawaii Pacific University. And he came in for Whitcomb in the field in the top of the 2nd inning. We're not sure why, and obviously don't want to speculate, but we hope that everything's okay for Whitcomb. First pitch to Booman is low for ball 1. DeSigli's done a very good job keeping these pitches low and making it hard for the batters of the Catch to hit as he deals the 1-0 pitch. Chopped back for strike number 1. Decent turnout here at Biola University. Some stands behind home plate filled with fans and scouts and the interns for the Catch. Quite a production they have here, 11 interns. All of them do a phenomenal job, great hospitality. We definitely appreciate their efforts in making sure that our broadcast is up and running. 1-1 pitch from DeSigli is ripped to right center field. Running back on it is Olivers. That one's going to drop and hit the wall. Rounding first and going to second is Booman, and he's on with a 2-out double. Eerily similar situation to last inning when the Oaks gave up a 2-out base hit that eventually equaled the 2 runs that the Catch have.
Oaks getting a little taste of their own medicine. Normally they're the ones being able to generate hits in a 2-out situation, and now the Catch returning the favor.
Stephen Garrett is going to step in 0 for 1 on the day. He was the 2nd strikeout victim of the game. Runner on, 2 away here. Oaks down 2-0. DeSigli checks the runner at second and fires the first pitch for a strike. Willems quickly gets up and has a conversation with his pitcher. Lay of the land here for the Oaks. Out and right is Milo Beam, and center is Jason Oliver. DJ Miller occupying left. Give you the infield here in just a moment. The meeting breaks. Willems strides back behind the dish. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Catch. No runs, a hit, no errors for the Oaks. DeSigli comes set on the rubber. Checks that runner at second and fires the 0-1 pitch. Upstairs, check swing, the peel. They're saying he did not go, and that'll even the count of 1 ball, 1 strike. Infield for the Oaks, Chase Cockrell at first. Sam Shaken at second. Grant Mayu at short. Occupying third, Brandon Lewis, and behind the dish is Zane Willems. Joey DeSigli on the mound for his 3rd inning of work. Checks that runner at second. Mayu fakes the pickoff attempt. And DeSigli will step off and rerun the play. Evan Sandman led off the bottom of the third inning with a strikeout. Jonathan Dukoff grounded out to short. And then Mitchell Booman hit a double into right center field. 1-1 pitch from DeCigli is taken over the heart of the plate for strike number 2, and that puts him ahead now, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Beautiful curve, beautiful drop right in the middle of the strike zone. Started from the shoulders once again, finished right above the belt.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away, runner in scoring position. Oaks down 2-0 here in the bottom of the third inning. DeCigli comes set and fires the 1-2 pitch upstairs for ball 2. Waiting on deck if we get that far. Tyler Fisher in the hole, Omar Ortiz. Catching second to last place in the CCL. Right behind the Walnut Creek Crawdads. 2-2 pitch, cut on and missed for strike 3. Down goes Garrett. DeCigli now with 6 strikeouts on the day. And we're out of the third inning. No runs on a hit, no errors, 1 left on base. DeCigli with 6 strikeouts, but has given up 4 hits, and Oaks still down 2-0. You're watching Oaks baseball on KDTV. 4th inning after this. Back here at Biola, my name is Jonathan Rifkin. Oaks down 2-0. Chase Cockrell up for play-by-play of the 4th, 5th, and 6th innings. My broadcasting partner, Jonah Malkin.
Thank you, Jonathan. Welcome, everybody. If you're just tuning in now, Cockrell takes that pitch upstairs for ball 1. Cockrell has been struggling. Flew out in center. He's 2 for 15 in his last 3 games, but looking to generate a hit here in the top of the 4th. Second pitch, grounded to left foul territory for 1-1. Oaks have struggled to generate hits. Just 1 in today's game, and just 5 against the Foresters yesterday, although a couple of those came in the top of the 9th. And before that, 6 against the Halos as that pitch catches the outside corner for strike 2. Bailey Martin still on the mound for the catch and looking to produce here. 1-2, ripped up the middle, and that's going to drop for a leadoff base hit. So for the 4th consecutive time, the Oaks are able to get on base to start the inning.
That's big, and now their 2nd hit of the day. The problem is, though, Jonah, yes, they've gotten a batter on base every single time to lead off the inning, but they haven't gotten any of the last 3 batters around, and that's something this team needs to work on.
Brandon Lewis to step in, batting .253 on the season. Collected his 4th stolen base in the last inning. A bit of an anomaly for him, but nonetheless an impressive slide under the tag. Martin deals the first pitch inside for strike 1. So runner on first, nobody away here in the top of the 4th. Oaks trailing 2-0. Martin's pitch runs low and in the dirt for ball 1. Currently the catch last in the South Division of the CCLs. The pickoff attempt is late over to first at 5-14. They're looking to improve after coming off a 9-game losing streak into today's game. Martin deals the 1-1. That's ripped into left center, but right into the glove of Robbins for out number 1. So lead off base hit from Cockrell, followed by a fly out to left from Lewis, puts one away for the Oaks. As Max Weinstein will step in. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the top of the second. Starting a little bit lower in the order than accustomed to in the 6th spot today. Typically, Coach Solis vacillates between putting him somewhere between 4th and 5th, occasionally 3rd. That pitch runs upstairs for ball 1. Looking to buff up the bottom of the order. Still leads the team in batting at an impressive .414 clip. Went 2 for 3 yesterday. That pitch runs in the ground. Cockrell's gonna come over to second, and he's gonna get there in time. So successful stolen base from Cockrell sends him over to second. And once again, Oaks with a runner in scoring position. They're 0 for 3 with runners on base in the first 3 innings. But looking to try and capitalize here.
Yeah, 0 for 3 and 0 for 2 so far in the game with runners in scoring position. They need to do a better job swinging at better pitches. When you look back at the 3rd inning, Beam and Williams both struck out to end the inning on pitches in the dirt. They need to do some damage control on defense and start hitting the ball into no man's land on offense and get these runners in.
Weinstein, the newly awarded CCL All-Star, looking to deliver an RBI here. 2-0 pitch, runs upstairs for ball 3. First time an Oaks batter has been up 3-0 in the count. They have had some 3-1 situations, but they've been 0 for 6 when swinging on these 3-0 pitches. Martin checks the runner at second. Deals, wisely lays off it. It's going to run underneath past the catcher. And Cockrell's going to advance over to third. So Weinstein gets walked over to first. That's the 3rd walkout on the day for Martin. And because of the passed ball, Cockrell's going to advance all the way over to third.
Yeah, while people forget that base on balls, that's still a live ball. If that ball is anywhere after that pitch before it gets back to the pitcher, it's a live ball, and that's why Cockrell was able to advance to third. A good heads-up play there from Ole Miss Rebel.
DJ Miller will step in, the other Ole Miss Rebel. Quickly grounds that one over to short. Toss to second. The transfer to first is not in time. So DJ Miller delivers with an RBI fielder's choice. And the Oaks now down 2-1.
That is a beautiful attempt by the catch, but even better execution from the Oaks. Miller, the fastest guy on the team and one of the fastest in the CCL. It's very hard to get him out on a slow roller to short and complete a double play, but the Oaks will take it. Now with some speed at first base, and they finally get a run up on the board.
Oaks now down 2-1 in the top of the 4th. The catch struck first with 2 runs in the bottom of the 2nd. Looking to trim the gap here as Oliver will step in and take that pitch on the inside corner for strike 1. Oliver's 0 for 1. Grounded one over to short and was tagged out, or was put out at second. Miller's going to go, swung on and missed. And Soria not even going to test the arm, so I guess you could say a catcher's indifference sends Miller to second, but we'll give him the stolen base.
Yeah, it was a stolen base just because the scenario allows him to advance a second. Even though there's no throw, he went off before the pitch was thrown, and Oliver didn't make an attempt to swing at the ball.
0-2 pitch. Oliver lays off it for ball 1. So Miller over at second. 2 away here in the top of the 4th. Oliver looking to deliver a second consecutive RBI for the Oaks. Martin will step off in a little over 3 innings. He's just given up 2 hits, but 1 run, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Checks the runner at second. And he'll step off. Miller delivered when Cockrell was over at third. Umpire will call for time, and Oliver, Cal State Bakersfield road runner, looking to tag on another RBI for himself. 1-2 count. Grounded over to short and tossed over to first for out number 3. So the Oaks do manage to trim the deficit to 1, but they still trail 2-1 as we're through 3.5 here at Biola University. You're watching Oaks baseball on KDTV, simulcast onto YouTube. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jonah Malkin. Alongside me is Jonathan Rifkind. Here in the bottom of the 4th, Oaks now down 2-1 here at Biola University against the SoCal Catch. DJ Miller delivered with an RBI fielder's choice that sent Jace Cockrell from third home to trim the deficit to 1. And Tyler Fisher will step into leadoff for the Catch. Waves that bat over his right shoulder. Takes that pitch low for ball 1. Joey DeSigli still on the mound. In 4 innings, he's given up 4 hits, 2 runs, both of which were earned, and 6 strikeouts. Sets and fires the 1-0. Runs low for ball 2. DeSigli making his 4th appearance for the Oaks this season. First time starting. Deals the 2-0 right over the heart of the plate, or a little to the outside of the plate for ball 1. Sorry about the little tough to see from the vantage point, but that drifted outside. So he's quickly down 3-0. Beautifully over the heart of the plate for strike 1. 3-1 the count. Bottom of the 4th. Catch lead at 2-1 on 4 hits and no errors. Oaks just 1 run on 2 hits and no errors. 3-1 pitch. Grounded to short. Mayu will glove it and toss it over to first for out number 1. Second ground out over to Mayu, and he does the rest. Mayu's been extremely impressive recently in that shortstop position. He's been great all season, but most notably the past few games, especially against the Foresters, he's had some incredible diving catches and making several plays for outs that have been crucial to the Oaks' success. First pitch dealt over the heart of the plate for strike 1. Omar Ortiz steps in. 0 for 1 on the day. Was struck out in the second. Second pitch dealt on the inside corner for strike 2.
Sigley doing a good job placing these pitches. They could go either way, but he's getting the calls right now, and that builds confidence.
University of Pacific product. Swings and misses. Willems will toss it over to first for out number 2. So quickly another strikeout and a 2-3 putout puts 2 away and gives DeSigli 7 strikeouts on the day.
Yeah, Sigley seems like he's either giving up hits or strikeouts. 7 strikeouts to go along with his 4 hits. He's been dealing very well. That's a productive day, only 2 runs, not too bad. And he is really doing a good job as of late.
Johnson lays off that pitch that drops in the inside corner for strike 1. The southpaw plays at Arkansas State. 1 for 1 on the day with a single that ultimately led to Robbins hitting the home run. 0-1 drops in the bottom of the strike zone for strike 2. Beautiful pitch from DeSigli. Him as well as Martin have kept a number of their pitches low in the strike zone. As he sets and deals the 0-2, cut on and missed for strike 3. So a ground out and 2 consecutive strikeouts ends the bottom of the 4th. As the Oaks still down 2-1. They're looking to change that as we head into the top of the 5th. You're watching Oaks baseball on KDTV. We'll take a short break. Grant Mayu to lead off for the Oaks here in the top of the 5th. Welcome back, everybody. Jonah Malkin alongside me, Jonathan Rifkin. Mayu, the 9th batter, bottom of the order for the Oaks. First pitch taken upstairs for ball 1. Then we'll be back to the top of the order with Sam Shakin on deck and Milo Beam in the hole. Martin sets and fires the 1-0. Taken over the inside for strike 1. 1-1 the count. Mayu 1 for 1 on the day with a stolen base. 1-1 dealt. Mayu rips that into left field. That's going to drop against the wall. Mayu's coming around first, running all the way over to second for a stand-up double. And the Oaks, for the 5th straight inning, lead off and get on base.
Big hit there for Mayu. Not only does he get a base hit to lead off the 5th inning, but he also gets in scoring position now with the top of the order coming up. Why is that important? Well, because with this top of the order that puts balls into play, he'll at least be able to advance over to 3rd, if not even come home, and that'll at least tie the game this inning.
Oaks are 1 for 3. Or 1 for 3 in this game with runners in scoring position. Looking to change that here, but they've started out 5 for 5, leading off and getting runners on base. Sam Shakin will step in. 0 for 1 with a walk. Shows bunt, lays off for strike 1.
Yeah, it's interesting, Jonah. All 3 of their hits have come off of leadoff base hits, 2 doubles and a single, and then the other 2 innings they were walked. So a pattern here for the Oaks, but they have to start capitalizing.
Shakin waves the bat over his right shoulder and lays off that pitch for ball 1. So 1-1 the count. Mayu over at second with nobody away. And the Oaks just down 2-1 here in the top of the 5th. Martin comes set. Checks the runner at second. Working from the stretch, deals the 1-1, low for ball 2. Another low pitch from Martin. He's kept about 85% of his pitches below the knees or in the bottom of the strike zone area. But he's only given up 1 run and 3 hits on the day. 2-1 over the heart of the plate for strike 2. Shaken, the Valparaiso Crusader, had a couple games off and back inserted into the starting lineup for Coach Solis. Looking to deliver an RBI here. 2-2 pitch. Just misses the inside corner to bring the count full at 3-2.
Patience here from Shaken, another full count that he's facing. And if the Oaks can get runners on with nobody away, and the big bats of Milo Beam and Zane Willems waiting, that could bode well for them.
Fifth full count situation for the Oaks, and Shaken looking for his 5th RBI on the season. Payoff pitch runs upstairs for ball 4. Shaken will be walked over to first, Mayu at second, and Milo Beam looking to deliver here.
Yeah, 4 walks now for Martin, 2 for Shaken, 1 for Lewis, and 1 for Weinstein. The Oaks doing a good job showing patience here in the first 5 innings. And now an opportunity to possibly take the lead, the leading go-ahead runner over at first base, and some good bats up in the lineup for the Oaks.
Beam 10 RBIs on the season as well as a home run. Lays off for strike 1. One of the most speedy runners and productive hitters for the Oaks, batting a little under 320 on the season for the left-hander. Ripped a home run over the right part of the wall in Sparky Anderson Field a couple games ago. Looking to continue that success here. 0-1 pitch, runs low for ball 1. 1-1 the count. Runners over at first and second. Shaken at first, Mayu at second, and Milo Beam in a 1-1 count. Still nobody away. Martin checks the runner at second, deals the 1-0, past the glove of Soria behind him, and now advance the runners to second and third. A wild pitch gets past the glove of Soria, and Shaken's at second, and Mayu in scoring position at third.
Yeah, Martin having some control problems in this at-bat. And Beam is doing a very good job just staying patient, letting Martin work, and after walking Shaken, Beam said, maybe I'll try the patience thing as well, and it's paying off so far. His patience has allowed runners to get on base, or has allowed runners to advance base, It's a full scoring position now at second and third with nobody away. All he has to do is put a ball in play, either a ground ball or something up far enough in the infield to advance Mayu, and that could at least give the Oaks a tie. If he gets a hit, that could even give the Oaks the lead with Shaken at second base.
The catch jumped out early, leading 2-0 in the bottom of the second. And for the Oaks, these games are extremely crucial because they had those 3 games interleague against the Pacific Union Capitalists. Didn't get a chance to beef up their CCL record, but now clinging to a 1-game lead over the St. Louis Obispo Blues and trying to catch the Foresters, who are ahead of them at 15-8. Oaks at 12-8. So runners on second, third. 2-1 pitch. Ripped deep into right. Back at the wall. It's going to get against the wall. Mayu's coming around. Shaken's to coming also. Beam's going to come all the way at third. And in time, a stand-up 2 RBI triple for Milo Beam, and the Oaks lead it 3-2.
Milo Beam ripping that one down the line. And that's a way to give the Oaks the lead. 3-2 here, a very good hit. And if that wall was about, a foot and a half in, he would have been able to launch it over the right field wall.
Beautiful hit from Beam, delivers his 11th or 12th RBI on the season, and still nobody away. He's over at third, and Zane Willems steps in.
Yeah, the Oaks have a good turnout today. You can hear them very happy with that outcome as the first pitch you saw taken for a strike to Willems.
Willems 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. Does have a couple home runs on the season. And looking for one more. 0-1 pitch, cut on and miss for strike 2.
Oh, that was a beautiful breaking pitch. Started up at the hip of Willems and just dropped inside and low. He was way out ahead of that. Where was that for Martin the last couple at-bats?
Willems quickly down in the count, 0-2. Mayo over at third, and Cockrell on deck. 0-2 hits Martin on the leg, and he will be called out at first, bringing Beam home. But it seems like he'll come back.
So what happened was Martin got hit on the foot. The ball corralled off towards the first base line. Martin actually dove on the ball at the same time Willems crossed his path on the first baseline. So Martin actually tagged Willems out before he reached first base, but nonetheless, Willems able to get him Beam, and the Oaks take a 4-2 lead.
So an unassisted pitcher tag out puts one out on the boards, but does send Beam home from third. And so the Oaks lead it 4-2. They've put 3 runs on the board here in the top of the fifth.
They've done a good job bouncing back down 2-0 early, going straight at Martin as they check to make sure he's okay. And overall, the Oaks able to keep that or get the lead here and hopefully maintain it, because this is a big game for them if they can get it. As you see Martin take a couple of practice pitches, he just wants to work on that foot, make sure he's okay, and we hope he's okay as well.
So Willems delivers an RBI. He was tagged out from Martin on the mound. And Chase Cockrell will step in. Bases cleared. Oaks lead at 4-2 with 1 away. They're in the top of the fifth. Beautiful comeback from the Oaks. Martin fires the first pitch. Low for ball 1. And once again, we've talked about it, Johnny. Oaks struggling to come out of the gates. 1-0 pitch. Ripped into foul territory. It's just going to drift out for strike 1. They were blanketed through 4 innings, but muster up a couple hits. And in the top of the fifth, they put 3 on. Martin deals the 1-1 way upstairs and over the head of Soria for ball 2.
If I've ever seen a ball slip out of a pitcher's hands, that was it. Just released off the top of the fingertips, and there was no chance at Soria even getting out of the stance to make a catch for it. It's lucky there's nobody on base.
2-1 count. Cockrell waves the bat over his right shoulder and lays off that pitch that glides outside for ball 3. 3-1 the count, 1 away. Oaks now with 4 runs on 4 hits and no errors. The Catch 2 runs on 4 hits and no errors for themselves. Martin deals the 3-1, cut on and missed for strike 2.
That was a good fastball up at the right shoulder of Cockrell, swung right through it. And that's Cockrell's big Achilles, I think, as of late, is swinging on those high fastballs and missing.
6 full count situation for the Oaks. Payoff pitch comes, cut on and missed for strike 3. That's the 3rd strikeout on the day for Martin, and that puts 2 away for the Oaks in the top of the 5th.
Good pitch there, 2 high fastballs and then a low changeup, getting Cockrell on those 4 pitches collectively.
With 2 away, Brandon Lewis will step in, 0 for 1 with a fly out. Also drew a walk. And if we get that far, Max Weinstein on deck. First pitch dealt. Brandon Lewis holds back his swing, but it's over the heart of the plate for strike 1. Martin takes the sign from Soria. Sets and fires the 0-1. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Beautiful pitch kept low. Dropped at the last second. Quiet day here at Biola University in La Mirada, California. Was a little more excitement earlier in the game as the 0-2 is fouled back against the screen.
Yeah, it seems like it's getting hotter as we get later in the day too. The sun is setting, but the positioning is changing right overhead, and projecting all of the rays onto the field. So the game time temperature was 82, now it's up to 85.
0-2 swung on and missed for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts ends the top of the 5th, but the Oaks plate 3 runs and lead it 4-2 as we're through 4.5. We'll be right back. You're watching Oaks Baseball on KDTV.
Left fielder, number 27.
8, 9, and 1 batters due up for the catch here in the bottom of the 5th. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jonah Malkin. Alongside me is Jonathan Rifkin. Oaks lead it 4-2. DeSigley still on the mound, fires the pitch over the heart of the plate for strike 1. He's been effective on the mound. Besides those 2 hits that led to 2 runs, he's been sensational. 0-1, runs upstairs for ball 1. Planning on playing at Cal State LA in the fall. Southpaw deals the 1-1, rip deep into left. Miller making the leaping grab, can't get it. It's going to drop. And Robbins with a stand-up double to lead off here for the SoCal catch in the bottom of the 5th.
That's a tough play to make out and left. So the way that the fence is set up here in the outfield is there's a little spring covering over the fence, but it still really, really hurts when you hit it, especially because there are poles intermediately staggered throughout the outfield. So if you hit one of those poles, it's really going to hurt, on top of the fact that you could just hit it in general and be hurt. So Miller rather brace himself and give up the hit than try and make a play, and I think that was a smart play there.
Soria will step in, lay off the pitch that runs in the inside corner for strike 1. Soria's 0 for 1. Unassisted ground out to first. But looking to deliver an RBI. 0-1 pitches dealt, fouled back against the fence for strike 2. Robbins led off with a stand-up double, similarly to the way Mayu for the Oaks led off in the top of the 5th with a double of his own. Catch trying to trim the deficit now, trailing 4-2. Sigley checks the runner at second. Fires the 0-2. Fouled back, and we'll do it again.
So DeSigley, with the last 2 pitches, has gone to 2 low fastballs. I'd expect him to go with maybe a breaking pitch away. Still have 1 to waste with a 0-2 count up on the board. This is a big spot for him to try to get another strikeout. He has 8 under his belt thus far.
1 on, nobody away. DeSigley deals the 0-2, cut on and miss for strike 3, and make that his 9th strikeout on the day.
He is dealing, Jonah, between his strikeouts and Grant Mayu's 2 for 2 today on the offensive side. We're witnessing some very nice performances on both sides of the ball for the Oaks.
Oaks in the middle of a busy week. They'll face off against the Ventura County Pirates tomorrow at 4:30, followed by a trip down to Pasadena to take on the Arroyo Seco Saints on Saturday. And we'll conclude the week back at Spark Anderson Field to take on the Ventura Halos. But in the dogfight here at Biola University against the catch, DeSigley deals the first pitch taken over the heart of the plate from Sandman for strike 1. Evan Sandman, recently one of 3 catch players to make the All-Star team. 1 for 2 on the day, led off with a single, but also a strikeout. Sigley deals the 0-1. That's flexed in the infield to short. Lewis will tag him out at third, so heads up play from Mayu. Robbins was coming to third, but Mayu was able to wisely throw it to Lewis to tag him out.
Yeah, that was a nice play from Lewis. What Robbins didn't realize is that ball was so close to the third base bag, because when you advance from second to third, you're taught to always round the base and make it look like you're going home just in case there's a misplay. And that's exactly what he did, but Mayu saw that and had enough time to get it to Lewis at third to make the tag out.
So Sandman will be awarded a hit on the play, but it came at a cost. Sigley throws the pickoff attempt over to first to hold Sandman back. That was a golden opportunity for the catch. Robbins was in scoring position, and now they'll have to work back over at first with 2 away. Sigley deals the first pitch beautifully over the heart of the plate for strike 1. Jonathan Dukoff.
The best first name in the world, Jonah.
He has a J, so the J certainly is a popular one.
You can't take that away from me.
0-1 pitch, ripped deep into right. Beam trying to track it down. It's going to drop, roll against the wall. Sandman's coming around second. He's coming around third. He's heading home. The throw is not going to get there in time. The throw to third is in time. So run will not come, or the run will score, but Dukoff is tagged out at third to end the inning. So that the Oaks lead it 4-3 after the tag out at third, and we'll take a short break. You're watching Oaks Baseball on KDTV, simulcast onto YouTube. We'll take a short break. Top of the 6th. Now just lead 4-3 over the catch, thanks to the RBI double from Dukoff that sent Sandman home. Sidearm pitch, swung on and missed for strike 1. The new pitcher on the mound is Connor Davis from Creighton University. Another sidearm tapped into the catch dugout for strike 2. Bailey Martin's day on the mound is done in 5 innings. Gave up 4 hits, 4 runs, all of which were earned, 4 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Weinstein fouls off the 0-2 pitch to stay alive. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. Looking to generate his first hit of the day. 0-2 pitch, just misses the outside corner for ball 1. Connor Davis from Lee's Summit, Missouri. Deals the 1-2, ripped up the middle to short, tossed to first for out number 1.
Yeah, nice play there from Booman at short, able to quickly get it over to first. Weinstein not the fastest guy, but he's explosive coming out of the box, and actually was a lot closer play than it should have been. nonetheless, a good play from the infield.
Give you a lay of the land. Kyle Soria behind the dish. Omar Ortiz over at third. Mitchell Booman in short. Tobias Johnson at second. Stephen Garrett at first. As Miller lays off the pitch inside for strike one. Grant Robbins in left. Jonathan Dukoff in center. And Evan Sandman at right. Pitch drifts outside for ball one. Connor Davis on the mound. With DJ Miller in the hole. One away, 1-1 pitch. Just misses the top of the strike zone for ball two. Miller starting lower in the 7th spot today. Takes that pitch outside for ball three. Three and one the count. Miller waves the bat over his right shoulder. Catches the outside corner to bring the count full at 3-2.
Nice pitch from the side armor. Great control, able to skin that outside corner and bring the count full.
Payoff pitch, grounded to third. Ortiz will throw it over to Garrett for out number 2. So 2 quick ground outs puts 2 away for the Oaks in the top of the 6th. Jason Oliver to step in. And if we get that far, Grant Mayu on deck. Oaks clinging to a 4-3 lead in the top of the 6th. Just 4 runs on 4 hits and no errors. The catch, 3 runs, 7 hits and no errors. Davis deals the first pitch. Tapped back against the fence for strike one. Oliver's come on late. Hit 2 RBIs against the Foresters a couple games ago. Has just been playing extremely well. Player of the week last week. Grounds the second pitch near the Oaks dugout for strike 2. The road runner possesses a lot of incredible athletic capabilities. Lays out for a number of balls, especially on the outfield. He's run into the fence a couple times. That one runs in the ground for ball 1.
Yeah, that was a waste pitch, and if you're going to waste one, might as well throw it in a position where nobody can touch it. Maybe Oliver decided that he wanted to swing anyway, but he did it, and now 1-2 count.
1-2 from Davis, low for ball 2. Brings the count even at 2-2. Catch struck first with 2, and Oaks responded with 1 and 3 in the 4th and 5th. Another pitch low and outside to bring the count full at 3-2. That's the 8th 3-2 count we've had for the Oaks in this game, so they've done a nice job staying patient. As Davis deals, fouled back against the fence.
Yeah, this is a good spot for Oliver, down to 0-2, able to work his way back and fight off the 3-2 pitch. Now he puts more of the pressure on Davis, and Davis is only second or third batter of the game. He did retire the first 2, but Oliver putting up a fight. The more you make the reliever throw, the better position you and your team are in, and that's what Oliver's doing right now.
3-2 pitch from Davis, runs outside for ball 4. First walk on the day issued from Davis, and Oliver gets on base with 2 away.
And that's good, because even with 2 outs, you have either the second or the third fastest Oak on the base path, whether or not you regard Oliver faster than Milo Beam. We haven't seen them in an all-out race yet, but general consensus is a little bit split. One day we'll have a definitive answer, but like I said, Oliver, a very speedy base runner. Like you just see there, they want to keep him close with the pickoff attempt, though he's safe. And with 2 outs, I'm not too worried because the big bats are up ahead here for the Oaks.
Mayu will step in. 12 RBIs on the season. First pitch from Davis, fouled above the fence and nearly hits a couple kids on the street. Wisely called them off, gave him a heads up. And with Oliver's speed, Johnny, if Mayu can hit something in the outfield that drops in play, that could be enough to send Oliver all the way home.
If he gets a double out, for sure.
0-1 pitch taken inside for ball 1.
By the way, going back to that foul ball, these nets have to be 200, 250 feet up in the air. So the fact that Mayu was able to get one over, That's an anomaly in my mind because it's a warm day. The ball's carrying just a little bit, but not that much.
Pickoff attempt over to first comes late, and you're right, probably the highest netting that we've seen in a ballpark so far this season.
Like I said, it's like a bird aviary. For those of you who have been to a bird aviary at a zoo, it's just all netted around. The bird cage.
1-1 pitch grounded into foul territory for strike 2. Mayu came around and scored after a stand-up double to lead things off for the Oaks in the top of the 5th. He's been impressive, 2 for 2 on the day with a run scored and a stolen base. Looking to get greedy and make himself 3 for 3 as the pickoff attempt over to first comes late.
Is it greedy or is it altruistically self-serving?
Probably a little bit of both. I think for him, he's struggled at least a couple games ago. So for him personally, I'm sure he'd love to take the 3 for 3. Runner's going to go. The throw over to second is not going to get there in time. And Oliver able to slide under the tag for a stolen base.
Yeah, and on top of that, the pitch was high for ball number 2. So a 2-2 count. Mayu showing the patience, and the Oaks now have a runner in scoring position.
Oliver at second with 2 away. Mayu in a 2-2 count. Looking to deliver an RBI and extend the Oaks lead. 2-2 pitch from Davis is cut on and missed for strike 3. Down goes Mayu, giving Davis his first strikeout on the day. And no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. Oaks just lead it 4-3 as we head into the break. Nope. Welcome back, everybody, to the bottom of the 6th. Angus Denton, new pitcher on the mound. Taken from pinch hitter Mitchell Booman, who stepped in place of Whitcomb early in the game. Bunts that. Denton will dive, make the throw to first in time for out number 1. Denton putting the speed and going all out on the dive to make a play.
Denton has been a phenomenal reliever from the University of Arkansas for the Oaks. Yeah, he's a little bit small, but he does an amazing job with ball control, and he has phenomenal fielding ability like you just saw right there, making that beautiful diving catch and getting the out over at first base.
Denton stepping in place of Joey DeSigli, whose day is done. We'll get you his stats in just a moment. Stephen Garrett lays off for the inside pitch for strike 1. DeSigli went 5 innings, gave up 5 hits, 2 runs, both of which were earned, but 9 strikeouts. Denton's pitch on the outside catches the corner for strike 2. Garrett's been struggling, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts and down the count 0-2, and just manages to tap it out of play to stay alive. A bit of an anomaly for Garrett, leads the team in batting at .323, and probably what's more impressive is also leads the team in pitching ERA at 2.7, so an extremely versatile player for the Catch. Denton's 0-2, cut on and missed for strike 3 and out number 1.
Denton goes, you're leading your team in ERA? Well, I'll show you how to strike somebody out, and right there rung him up on 3 pitches.
Quickly 2 away. Denton establishing himself on the mound, making a play on a dive, and issuing a strikeout with Tyler Fisher to step in. He's 0 for 2 as well with a strikeout and a ground out. Catch, 5 hits, 3 runs and no errors, although it says 7 on the board, but we'll have to check with our statistician to confirm. Denton's first pitch runs low for ball 1. Denton has established himself into a reliable reliever Coach Solis loves to utilize, especially in big CCL games. 1-0 pitch over the heart of the plate for strike 1. For strike 1. Denton takes the sign from Willems. Pitches low for ball 2. The 2-1 the count, 2 away in the bottom of the 6. Oaks still just leading 4-3. 2-1, grounded to Mayu at short. He'll glove it and toss it to Cockrell. Over at first for out number 3. So a put out from Denton, a strikeout, and now a ground out. Ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down. Oaks lead it 4-3. We're through 6 full here at Biola University. We'll take a short break. Seventh, eighth, and 9 innings due up in this game. I'm Jonah Malkin, and for the rest of the game, my broadcasting partner, Jonathan Rifkin.
Thanks, Jonah. The 1-2, 3 hitters due up for the Oaks as Sam Shakin steps in and takes the first pitch low for ball 1. 4-3 our score here in the top of the 7th inning at Biola University. Catching the Oaks, duking it out for the first time of 3 this season. Connor Davis deals the 1-0 pitch, slapped up the middle and into center field. For another leadoff hit for the Oaks, they are now 6 for 7 on the day in getting a leadoff base runner on the first hit given up by Connor Davis on the day. And for the 3rd time in 4 trips, Sam Shakin is on first base. Back in the first inning, he was walked. Stranded on 3rd there after he ground out to short in the 3rd, walked in the 5th, and now singled in the 7th. That'll bring a Milo B in the number 2 spot for the Oaks on the day. 1 for 2 with a sacrifice, a strikeout, and a 2 RBI triple he ended up scoring thereafter. First pitch in, shows bunt, pulls back, taken outside for ball 1.
Beam likes to do that every time he comes up to bat, or most of the time. I don't want to say every time, but the majority of the time he likes to show bunt. Not to mention he's just got incredible speed.
1-0 pitch, he shows bunt, gets it down towards the 3rd base line, but it's going to roll foul for strike number 1. Another sacrifice opportunity here for Beam. With the other Indiana product over at first, Sam Shakin, he goes to Valparaiso. Beam goes to Purdue. Zane Willems on the deck. Chase Cockrell in the hole for the Oaks. 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors for them. 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the SoCal Catch. The difference has been the walks. No walks for the Oaks, 5 for the Catch. 1-1 pitch is gloved by Johnson at second. Toss over to Booman at short. The relay over to first is not in time, so that'll be a fielder's choice to Speedy Beam. Able to beat out the secondary throw. So he's on with a 4-6 fielder's choice. Shakin will head back to the bench. And that'll bring up Zane Willems on the day. 0 for 3 with an RBI. A fly out, a strike on the ground up back up to the pitcher. It is 3 at-bats. Headed to Texas Tech in the fall. Has a very interesting background as he comes set in the batter's box. Davis deals the first pitch taken for a strike at the knees. After his first year at Alvin Community College, where he batted in the 240s, he had to get Tommy John surgery. He was recruited as a catcher and a pitcher, and he was told that he probably shouldn't pitch anymore. After Tommy John, after sitting out a year as the pickoff attempt is no good, he headed back to Alvin Community College, where he batted 346. And he made the joke to me that maybe Tommy John was a blessing because it made me a better hitter. I think his confidence just went up, and he has been playing phenomenal ever since. A pickoff attempt again. Beam gets back safely. Beam with some speed over there at first base, looking to display it if he's given the opportunity. Willems digs back in. Davis fires. 0-1 pitch. Runner goes, but it's cracked foul back for strike number 2.
Yeah, it's interesting. Most players probably wouldn't come out of that surgery becoming a better player. So it's a nice job from Willems that he does.
You know, it takes a lot of development to become a better player out of Tommy John, and as a young player, it can mess with your mind a little bit. But Willems, a very strong, hard-headed person and phenomenal ball player. Another pickoff attempt. Beam is back safely. 4-3 our score, top of the 7th. The Catch and the Oaks duking it out here on the baseball diamond. First of 3 between these two teams. The Catch will be at the Oaks as the 0-2 pitch runs low and away for ball 1 on July 18th. And the Oaks will be back here on July 19th. The schedule says 4:30 for that one, but we are currently talking to the Catch management and trying to push that game back a little bit. Maybe a 12 o'clock start is what we're aiming for, because the Oaks will be headed to Angel Stadium after the game. As Mike Scioscia's guest, the ownership of the team. 1-2 pitch. A one-hopper back into the glove of Davis. He'll toss it to Bowman at second. The relay over to first is in time, and that'll be a 1-6-3 double play to end the inning. No runs hit, no errors, nobody left on base. We're through 6.5 here from Biola University in La Mirada, California, the 7th inning stretch. Enjoy an ice cold beverage and a hot dog or a hamburger, and watch some Oaks baseball after this break. The bottom of the 7th inning, 4-3 our score. 4-3 our score here back at Biola University. Jonah Malkin, Jonathan Rifkin, Angus Denton fires the first pitch into Omar Ortiz for strike number 1, excuse me. Very close game here in the bottom of the 7th as Denton quickly deals the 0-1 pitch, cut on a miss for strike number 2. The Oaks have done a good job thus far keeping the offense at bay after giving up 2 quick runs in the the bottom of the 2nd inning, I should say. 0-2 pitch runs inside for ball 1. Cat struck first in the 2nd inning with 2 runs. The Oaks responded with 1 run in the 4th as the 1-2 pitch is swung on a miss, for strike 3. The 2nd strikeout on the day for Denton. After the Oaks scored 1 in the 4th and 3 in the 5th, the Cats responded with 1 in the 5th to bring the score 4-3, and now both teams have yet to score. We're in the bottom of the 7th, 1 away for Toby Johnson from Arkansas State, the Red Wolf, digging in. 1 for 2 on the day as time is called behind the plate, and Solis is going to stride out to the mound to have a conversation with Denton. We'll see here if he pulls him. I don't think so, though. Solis has to damage control, even though Denton has been pitching well, 2 strikeouts, and has retired the 4 batters he's faced thus far in the game. Umpire comes out with Willems and Solis. The rest of the infield kind of looming around the pitcher's mound. We'll see here if they do join them. Shaken looks like he's going to join them. In the meantime, we'll give you a little bit of context on who the Cats are. The first time the Oaks are seeing them this season. Under head coach Dan Peters, played at Cal State Fullerton, a phenomenal baseball school out here in the area. Lives in Long Beach, California. He's actually the head coach at Long Beach Millikan High School, a phenomenal smaller high school in Long Beach, one of 3 Long Beach Poly 6,000 student high school in Long Beach, but Millikan does a very good job with their athletics, and under Dan Peters, he has headed that team to a couple of championships in the CIF Central section. First pitch into Johnson is taken at the knees for strike number 1. Along with Dan Peters, Kevin Markle is the other assistant coach from Cal State Los Angeles. He's also an assistant coach at Long Beach Millikan High School. 0-1 pitch, just a little bit low for ball 1. So a couple of Millikan High School coaches taking over the Cats here. They're joined on the staff by Hunter Bingham from Azusa Pacific, an assistant coach there as the 1-1 pitch runs low for ball 2. Andy Smith, who's an assistant coach here at Biola, and Jonathan Munoz, who's an assistant coach at Whittier Christian High School. So some talented coaching staff here for the Catch. The 2-1 pitch in from Denton. Runs inside once again, and now the count is 3 balls and 1 strike.
Denton making a conscious effort to keep all of his pitches low, especially for Johnson, who has a single on the day.
3-1 pitch from Denton is a 2-hopper over to first. Cockrell will get it and take it himself for out number 2. Lay of the land here for the Oaks. Out and right is Milo Beam. Jason Oliver occupies center. DJ Miller in left. Brandon Lewis at third. Grant Mayu is over at short. Occupying second is Sam Shaken. Cockrell at first. Behind the dish is Zane Willems, and on the mound, Angus Denton. Came in for relief after Joey Sigley went 5 innings strong. Grant Robbins steps in now on the day, 2 for 2 with a home run and a double. So far, the offensive player of the game for the Catch. The first pitch he sees is over the heart of the plate for strike number 1.
Yeah, not a bad start when you go 2 for 2 and a home run.
Second pitch he sees is down the third base line. Angus gets it, and he throws it over to Cockrell, but the throw will get Cockrell off the bag. I assume they'll give an infield hit there to Robbins. Though the official score has yet to be up, so we'll update you. Nonetheless, 2 away, runner on now. And Kyle Soraya will step in. If they do give Robbins a hit, that'll have been his 3rd on the day, so he'll be 3 for 3. No official score up yet. Just because it was such a tough play to make for Denton, I'd assume they'd give him a hit. So for our purposes, we'll call it a hit for right now. There's no official score. Nope, they just put it up as a hit. So we are correct. It always feels good to be right, as Soria steps in and takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. 0 for 2 on the day with a ground out and a strikeout. Denton from the University of Arkansas fires the 1-0 pitch inside for ball 1, or for ball 2 actually. 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Oaks. 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the SoCal Cats, riding a 9-game losing streak. Looking to change that here, but Oaks not making it easy. 2-0 pitch runs upstairs for ball 3, and now Soraya has worked his way well ahead in the count. 3 balls, no strikes.
Yeah, Soraya doing a nice job laying off those low pitches. Denton tried to catch him off guard with the upstairs fastball. Soraya wisely lays off, and it's paid off. He's ahead in the count 3-0.
Denton comes set on the rubber and fires the 3-0 pitch on the inside corner for strike number 1. On the deck, Evan Sandman in the hole. Jonathan Dukoff, if we get that far. It's bottom of the 7th, 4-3 our score, 3-1 the count, 2 away, 1 on. Denton checks that runner at first and fires 3-1 pitch. Runner goes, it's called a strike. The throw is in time. No, they called him safe. That looked like Robbins was hosed at second base, but the second base umpire is going to call him safe, saying that Shaken missed the tag, and that'll be a stolen base for Grant Robbins. 3-2 the count.
It was a close one. Shaken got there in time. The throw from Willems was perfect, but unfortunately Shaken was falling to his left or to his right a little bit and just couldn't make the tag.
Denton checks that runner at second and fires the payoff pitch, taken just a little bit outside for ball 4. First walk given up on the day for Denton. Actually, the first walk given up for the Oaks collectively in the 2 pitchers they've thrown. A good stat here, but now runners on first and second with 2 away. And now Evan Sandman will step in 2 for 3 on the day with 2 singles, a run scored, and a strikeout from Dallas Baptist will step in. A returner for the Catch. Made the All-Star team last year, so it'll be his second time on the All-Star team in as many years. The Oaks have 5 All-Stars, including returner Max Weinstein. He'll make his second All-Star appearance, along with Weinstein, DJ Miller, Juan Gonzalez, Evan McMillan, and Robbie Medell. But skipper David Solis was named the South's head coach as he strides out to the mound to have a conversation with Denton. We'll see if he's pulled. Solis does have an array of pitchers he could put, but he's trying to get to that 9th inning, and if the score stays close, he could throw Robbie Medell, who is 8 for 8 on the season in saves, which is tied for the CCO record since 2011. If Medell gets one more save, he will have broken the record. Now, we are told that the record is 14 overall since the inception of the CCL. Medell is well on pace to break that, though. And he even told me, as much as I would love to get the record today since 2011, I hope I'm not put in that position, but thus far in the game, it looks like he may be. Meeting breaks, Denton's still out there, runners on first and second. Robbins at second, Soraya at first. Sandman in the batter's box, 2 away here, bottom of the 7th, 4-3 our score, Oaks up over the Catch. Lefty steps back in. Denton checks the runner at second and fires the first pitch inside for ball 1.
Well, the comment with Robbie kind of goes back to our argument about Mayu potentially being a little greedy or altruistic, however you'd like to view it.
Altruistically self-serving, as I put it. 1-0 pitch is slapped into shallow right field, and that's going to drop. Rounding third and coming home is Robbins. The throw to the plate is cut off by Cockrell. The throw to the third instead is going to get Soraya caught off third, but the run will count, and the Catcher able to tie it up here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 1 run comes around on 2 hits, no errors, and they leave 1 left on base. We're through 7 full here from Biola University in La Mirada, California. 4-4 our scores. We hit the break. Back here on the top of the 8th inning from Biola University, the Catch and the Oaks. Tied up at 4 in what's been an exciting game here between these two teams. CCL game, the Catch out of the South, the Oaks out of the Central. And Chase Cockrell will step in here for the Oaks. 1 for 3 on the day with a strikeout. A single where he eventually scored with a stolen base. And a flyout in his 3 trips. A new pitcher on the mound, Tyler Hazlitt from Hawaii Pacific, as he deals the first pitch, hit up the middle, past the diving glove of Buman at short, and for a leadoff single, Chase Cockrell gives the Oaks another leadoff base runner. Now 7 for 8 on the day here in the 8th inning. They have done a phenomenal job getting base runners on, but they've left a total of 7 on base thus far, and that's been the difference in the game, all knotted up at 4.
But that's a nice sight to see for Cockrell, who was struggling mightily. Although he did have a single earlier in this game, now he's just 4 for 17 in the last 3 games.
Stepping in now is Brandon Lewis as he takes a pitch on the inside corner for strike number 1. 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Oaks. 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Catch. As the LA Pierce product steps back in. And the 0-1 pitch is dealt from Hazlitt, low for ball 1. By the way, for Connor Davis, who Hazlitt replaced on the mound, went 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. As Cody Santana starts to get loose in the Oaks dugout, I'd assume he'd come in as a pinch hitter. So as the pickoff attempt is not in time, Cockrell sliding back safely. The Oaks are selling raffle tickets. You have an opportunity to win an Albert Pujols autographed bat, a Mike Trout autographed baseball, a Cole Calhoun autographed baseball. As the 1-1 pitch is slapped up the middle towards short, Buman gets it, tosses it to Johnson at second. The relay over to first is in time for the 6-4-3 double play. 2 away now. Along with those 3 baseballs and bats, again, a Mike Scioscia autographed bat, a Conejo Oaks merchandise, or 2 $25 Visa gift cards, $5 per ticket, $20 for 5. Winner not need to be present. If you want to buy a raffle ticket, tweet at us. We'll reserve however many you want, but you must pay before you receive your raffle ticket, or we can put it on hold for you. Raffle ends July 15th. Max Weinstein steps in now with 2 away here, 4-4 our score on the day, 1 for 3. As the first pitch fired in way upstairs from Hazlitt for ball 1. DJ Miller on deck.
Weinstein still without a hit today. Couldn't come at a more optimal time.
I did say he was 1 for 3. I meant he's 0 for 2 with a walk back in the 4th inning. It takes the 1-0 pitch low for ball number 2. Hazlitt, the 3rd pitcher on the day here for Coach Dan Peters' squad. Bailey Martin started off things pitching 5 innings for the Catch. Connor Davis backs him up for 2 innings, and now Hazlitt's in. 2-0 pitch at the knees for strike number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Beautiful pitch from Hazlitt, low in the strike zone. Keeping that ball away from Weinstein.
Weinstein digs back in. The 2-1 pitch from Hazlitt. Weinstein check swung, but couldn't hold back as that evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 away here. 4-4 our score. The Catch and the Oaks always seem to make it interesting here at Biola. The Oaks lost 7-2. The last time they were here, they had the bases loaded in that game. With Chad Spanberger, the big power hitter up, who was drafted in the 6th round this past MLB draft, as a 2-2 pitch runs upstairs for ball 3. Before that, the Oaks were down 5-2 before Jake Arledge actually hit a grand slam in the top of the 9th inning to give the Oaks the win. He's the other University of Arkansas product the Oaks had last year. So the Catch and the Oaks always make it interesting here at Biola. 3-2 pitch runs up high for ball 4, so Weinstein draws his 2nd walk of the day. A 2-out walk here for the Oaks. Gets a runner on, and DJ Miller will step in on the day, 0 for 3. Reached on a fielder's choice, though, back in the 4th inning. Had an RBI and stole 2nd as well, but he was stranded on 2nd thereafter.
He's another one of these Oaks players that's looking for a hit. He's been in a bit of a hitting slump recently, stretching back to the last 4 games.
First pitch into the Ole Miss Rebels in the dirt, blocked by Soraya behind the plate, though, and that'll keep Max Weinstein over at first base. We'll give you the lay of the land here for the Catch. Out in right, Evan Salmon, Jonathan Dukoff in center, Grant Robbins out in left infield here in just a moment as the righty comes set on the mound, checks Weinstein at first, take the 2-step lead off. Fires the 1-0 pitch, swung and missed for strike number 1. Stephen Garrett is at first, Toby Johnson at second, Mitchell Buman at short, Omar Ortiz occupies third, Kyle Soraya behind the dish, and Tyler Hazlitt on the mound. 2 away here, all knotted up at 4 in the top of the 8th. Miller digs back in the right-handed batter's box. Hazlitt sets and fires. The 2-1 pitch popped up way back and over to left, where the third baseman Ortiz won't make the catch as that ball goes foul. Actually, he will make the catch, excuse me. For out number 3. So the Oaks get 1 on here. They can't score, no runs hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We're through 7.5 from Biola University, all knotted up at 4. You're watching Oaks Baseball on KDTV. We'll be right back. All knotted up at 4 apiece here from Biola University. Welcome back, everybody, along with Jonah Malkin. My name is Jonathan Rifkin. This is Oaks Baseball on KDTV. New pitcher on the mound for the Oaks is Evan McMillan, headed to UC Irvine in the fall from Oxnard College as he fires the first pitcher, Jonathan Dukoff, inside for a strike, just catching that corner. McMillan is the third pitcher on the day, taking place of Angus Denton, who went 2 innings strong, gave up 2 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. 4-4 the score here in the bottom of the 8th. 0-1 pitch runs low for ball 1. Evan McMillan is one of the 5 Oaks players to reach the All-Star game. That takes place next Wednesday at Elmby Urban Youth Academy at 7 o'clock. You can catch that game on Fox Sports West or online. 1-1 pitch from McMillan in the dirt for ball 2. McMillan, a local product from Camarillo High School, actually played 1 year of baseball for the Scorpions before Oxnard recognized that he had some talent in developing his talents. And now got a good scholarship from UC Irvine where he'll attend in the fall. 2-1 pitch runs low, 3-1 the count. And at the beginning of the season, he struggled a little bit. Had a lot of tail on that 2-seam fastball and that 4-seam fastball that he throws, but he's done a good job eliminating it as of late and has pitched phenomenally, allowing him to reach the All-Star game. 3-1 pitch from McMillan is slapped towards third. Lewis will get it on the third hop and fire it over to Cockrell at first for out number 1.
And McMillan, as you mentioned in the beginning, a little erratic with some of his throws, but recently, in his last 3 appearances, he's been phenomenal. Great control and command over his pitches, especially on that fastball. Controls that tail at the end. And that's why he's garnered attention throughout the entire league and is on the All-Star team.
First pitch in to Stephen Garrett. Runs low for ball 1. Check that. it's actually Michael Buman. On the day for Buman, 1 for 2 with a double and a ground out. 1-0 pitch, slapped up the middle, taken by Mayu as he'll underhand the throw over to Cockrell at first for out number 2. So a 5-3 and a 6-3 putout. Puts 2 outs up on the board here in the bottom of the 8th. 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Catch. 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Oaks as Stephen Garrett now will step in. And he's hit the trifecta in the cleanup spot of strikeouts. He struck out all 3 times he's been up. And in the cleanup spot, that's not exactly an anecdote for success, but he has also given the nod for the All-Star game coming up as McMillan deals the first pitch for a strike. So he's struggling today, but overall has had a phenomenal season. He actually leads the team in batting average coming into today. He was batting .323. That's dropped now, though. So that one pitch runs low for ball number 1. Along with his .323 average, he also, as Jonah mentioned, leads the team in ERA with a 2.7 ERA. Also third in hits with 30. New ball here for McMillan. He wanted to probably get better grip. Some of these CCL balls can be a little bit slippery and slip out of the pitcher's hands. McMillan fires the 2-1 pitch, fouled back against the screen. That'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Nice pitch from McMillan, keeping that in the inside corner, trying to jam Garrett.
2 balls, 2 strikes here. McMillan fires. And a check swing that will roll foul towards first base, and we'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Garrett lucky to have that ball roll out of play because you mentioned tried to hold back the swing and instead made contact with it rolling over towards first, but just drifted foul towards the end.
A 2-2 pitch from McMillan, swung and missed for strike 3. Down goes Garrett for the 4th time in the game. McMillan gets his first strikeout. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We're through 8 full here from Biola University, still knotted up at 4 apiece. You're watching Oaks Baseball on KDTV, simulcasted onto YouTube. We'll be right back. 4-4 ball game as we hit the top of the 9th inning. Welcome back, everybody. Jonah Malkin, myself, Jonathan Rifkin. Happy to be along with you from Biola University on a beautiful Thursday early evening. Jason Oliver will lead things off. New pitcher on the mound for the SoCal Catch. Coming in place of Tyler Hazlitt is Steven Garrett, moving over from first base to pitcher. He's leading the team in ERA with 2.7. Coming from Olivet Nazarene University, the first pitch from Oliver is popped sky high towards first, where the new, it will actually be taken by Toby Johnson, but I was going to say the new first baseman, Tyler Fisher. Out number 1, by the way, but there is a new first baseman. Tyler Fisher comes in out of the designated hitter spot to take Steven Garrett's place because he moves over to pitcher. So there is no DH now in the lineup for the Catch. The one away here for Grant Mayu, 2 for 3 on the day with a single, a double, and a strikeout. The Oaks have had a base runner on every inning but the third. Check that, they actually had a base runner on the third to lead off the third. So every inning, those have had a base runner on, yet they're only putting up 4 runs on the game. The first pitch runs outside to Mayu for ball number 1. On deck, Sam Shaken in the home, Milo Beam, 1 away here. 4-4 our score. 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Oaks. 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Catch as Garrett comes set and fires the 1-0 pitch on the inside corner for strike number 1. San Diego State Aztec digs back in. He didn't play this past season with San Diego State after he broke his foot in the offseason. 1-1 pitch, runs upstairs for ball 2. He had surgery and rehab the entire season. Now with the Oaks to get back into playing form, and it sure looks like he's getting there. His fielding has been phenomenal. He's really picked up his offensive play as of late as well. 2-1 pitch. Swung and foul back, and that'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And this is the first time that Coach Solis has inserted him in the 9th spot this season. So him and Max Weinstein are normally in the top of the order, looking to beef up the entire order.
2-2 pitch taken outside for ball 3, and Mayu now facing a full count situation. With 1 away in a 4-4 ball game, patience will be key here for the Oaks, and Mayu working the count now. The righty digs back in here for the Catch. Garrett sets and fires the payoff pitch, swung and fouled back. And we'll do it again at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
That could have been the second time that Mayu's tapped a ball that nearly got outside of the quote-unquote bird's cage.
Jonathan proclaimed the bird cage.
The Jonathan's right? Bird cage actually almost came back to hit him in the head in addition.
Payoff pitch for the second time here from Garrett is dealt. Swung up to first base where Fisher will get under it and make the catch for out number 2. So 2 quick outs here for the Catch, and that'll bring up Sam Shaken now. On the day for Shaken, 1 for 2. Walked twice, singled and grounded out in his 3 at-bats. First pitch into Sam Shaken is swung and a miss for strike 1. Four runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Oaks. 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Catch as Garrett comes set on the mound. Takes a sign from Soraya behind the plate. Toes that rubber gloves the ball in his left hand and fires the 0-1 pitch inside, but called strike. That'll even the count of 1 ball, 1 strike.
Nice inside pitch from Garrett. Painted on the inside corner.
No balls, 2 away here. Shaken digs back in, and Garrett deals the 0-2 pitch popped foul. And I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that, well, Olivet Nazarene University, where Garrett goes, their mascot is Toby the Tiger. I need to double check that, but Oh, Jonah
Yeah, it
Donahue
is.
said yes. All right, so
They're the Tigers.
I guess I'm a credible source for stuff like this. Not a known school, but a smaller Christian university in the central Illinois. 0-2 pitch taken over the harder plate. 4 strike 3. Down goes Shaken. The first strikeout on the day for Garrett. And we are out of the top of the 9th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We're through 8.5 here from Iola University. All knotted up at 4. You're watching Oaks Baseball on KDTV. Bottom of the 9th. We'll be bottom of the 9th inning here from Biola University. The Catch up. 5, 6, 7 hitters due up here for Dan Peters' squad. All not up at 4. And Robbie Medell, the Oaks superstar closer, takes the mound for the Oaks in a big spot, trying to make sure that the that the Catch don't get a run and take the game. The first pitch, low for ball 1. Tyler Fisher in 0 for 3 on the day. Robbie Medell, by the way, has tied the CCO record for saves since 2011. He is 8 for 8 on the season. As he sets and fires. The 0-1 pitch into Fisher, low for ball number 1 and 1 the count. He got the save 2 games ago against the Foresters on the 4th of July, 3-1. And he's been a phenomenal pitcher, only giving up 3 hits, no runs on the season. And this will be his 9th inning of work. An incredible closer for the Oaks. The 2-0 pitch taken over the heart of the plate for strike number 1. By the way, for Evan McMillan, his day is done. 1 inning pitch, 1 strikeout, no walks, no hits, no runs. Retired all batters in order that he faced in the 8th. Catch trying to snap a 9-game losing streak here against the Oaks. Medell comes set from the University of Arizona and fires the 2-1 pitch, taken at the belt for strike number 2.
He's been the ace for the Oaks the last 2 seasons.
He really has, and Solis loves utilizing him. A tough spot here, though, if the Oaks can get a run in the top of the 10th and stop the catch as the 2-2 pitch is taken a little bit outside for ball 3. Then Robbie could potentially get the save and the win if they keep him in the bottom of the 10th, and the Oaks do end up winning. But we still have a lot of baseball left to play here. Nobody away, full count to Tyler Fisher. Medell comes set and fires the payoff pitch. Swung and missed First strike 3, down goes Fitcher. First strikeout onto the Dave for Medell, excuse me. And that'll put 1 away. The Oaks are being out hit by the catch by 2, 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors for them, 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Oaks. But the difference of the game has been the walks. 1 walk given up by the Oaks, and a total of 6 walks given up by the catch, and that is a big number. The Oaks have not been able to capitalize, though, that much. Last inning was the top of the ninth, was the only time they couldn't get a runner on base this game. In an inning, Omar Ortiz steps in, and the first pitch is taken for strike number 1. Omar Ortiz on the day struck out 3 straight times. One of 2 catch players to complete the trifecta. Stephen Garrett, the other one, he's actually struck out 4 times going back to the 8th inning. Medell fires, though, 1 pitch, low for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away. 4-4 our score here in the bottom of the 9th. The Oaks have gone to extra innings twice this season. Both times have been against CCL Central teams. They've split it 1-1. 1-1 pitch taken just a little bit low. Williams tried to place it, but the umpire didn't bite. They're down now 2-1 the count.
Good call from the home umpire. That pitch from Medell ran a little low below the strike zone, but Williams placed that, gave it a favorable placement.
The Red Wolf steps back in. The 2-1 pitch is sliced into left center field, and that is going to be a walk-off home run for Omar Ortiz. He gives the catch the win, 5-4. Robbie Medell gets the loss. The win will go to Stephen Garrett. And the catch take today's game 5-4 and an incredible home run by the University of the Pacific. Excuse me, that was actually Toby Johnson. The Arkansas Red Wolf, regardless, giving a home run and the win here to the catch. Jonah, that's a rough way to end it. A walk-off home run by Omar Ortiz, who was 0 for 3 before that. Robin Medell struck out the previous batter, and sometimes it just isn't your day, and today wasn't one of those days for the Oaks.
It's if you're a betting man in Las Vegas, you take your chance on that type of hit. You have your closer, Robbie Medell, hasn't given up any runs up until that at bat the entire season. But Ortiz just had a great swing on it, saw a pitch he liked, and blasted a no-doubter into the left center wall. And the catch, this is a big win for them, although it might not improve their standings in the CCL dramatically. It nonetheless might provide some confidence to their psyche for them going forward. So overall, an impressive win for the catch. And for the Oaks, I'm sure they wish they could have that back.
Yeah, a rough day here for the Oaks. The final line for the Oaks, 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors. They leave 8 on base. For the catch, 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors. They leave 3 on base. Well, that's going to do it for us here from Biola University. Join us tomorrow for our next broadcast. Back at home against the Ventura County Pirates. That one will be at 4:30, 4:20 pregame show. The Oaks dropped to 17-11 overall, 12-9 in the CCL. The catch advanced to 6-14 in the CCL, 10-18 overall. For everybody who made this broadcast possible, the phenomenal SoCal Catch hospitality crew for making sure that this broadcast was up and running, head coach David Solis, our statistician Keith Schneider, my broadcasting partner Jonah Malkin. My name is Jonathan Rifkind. Signing off here from Biola University. We'll see you tomorrow at 4:30 when the Oaks and the Pirates duke it out at Cal Lutheran. Until then, enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening.